Welcome back, folks. Today we launch a new variety format to offer fans some interesting chatter from the Star Wars universe, and today we have a very special guest. Close your eyes and conjure up the Princess of Padawans, Rosario Dawson, who has played the iconic role of Ahsoka Tano in the Star Wars franchise as a voice actor and now live-action baby. Rosario, it's an honor to have you on the show. Can you tell us a little about your background in the Star Wars franchise?
I've been a huge fan of Star Wars since I was a kid. I grew up watching the original trilogy with my family, so it's always been a big part of my life. When the opportunity came up to voice Ahsoka Tano in the animated series, I jumped at the chance. And then, of course, I was thrilled when I was asked to portray her in live action in The Mandalorian and Ahsoka.
That's amazing, Rosario. So how did you get involved with Star Wars?
Well, I had worked with Dave Filoni, the creator of the animated series, on another project, and we hit it off. When he was developing Ahsoka, he thought of me for the role and asked me to audition. I was thrilled when I got the part.
That's awesome. So what is your favorite Star Wars movie or TV show?
That's a tough one. I love so many of them for different reasons. I think The Empire Strikes Back is one of the greatest films ever made. But I also really enjoyed Rogue One and The Mandalorian. And of course, I have a special place in my heart for the Clone Wars and Rebels, since that's where I first played Ahsoka. Yeah,
The Empire Strikes Back is definitely a classic. So, who's your favorite Star Wars character?
I have to say Ahsoka, of course. She's such a complex and interesting character to play, and I feel like I've grown up with her over the years. But I also love Leia, Han, and Chewie.
Ahsoka is definitely a fan favorite. So, how do you feel about the expanded universe in Star Wars?
I think it's amazing. There are so many incredible stories and characters that have been developed outside of the films and TV shows. I love that there's something for everyone in the Star Wars universe.
That's a great perspective. So, tell us about your experience working as a voice actor in the Star Wars franchise and what it was like to make a move from voice actor to on-screen character portrayal.
Well, I had never done any voice acting before I was cast as Ahsoka, so it was a new challenge for me. But I loved the process of bringing the character to life in the recording booth. And then, when I was asked to play Ahsoka in live action, it was a dream come true. I had to do a lot of physical training to prepare for the role, but it was so worth it.
Well, I can only imagine. So what advice would you give to aspiring actors who want to work in the Star Wars franchise?
I would say to keep working hard and honing your craft, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there and take risks. You never know when an opportunity like this might come along, so always be ready to seize it.
Great advice. So, do you have a favorite action figure or toy from the franchise, and why is it special?
That's a great question. You know, I actually have a soft spot for the Ahsoka Tano action figure. It's just so surreal to see a character that you've brought to life in a toy form. It's a really cool feeling.
I can imagine. So what makes the Ahsoka Tano action figure special to you?
Well, I think it's because Ahsoka is such a unique character. She's strong and brave, but also vulnerable and relatable. Plus, it's always cool to have an action figure of yourself.
I can see how that would be a highlight. So besides Ahsoka, do you have any other favorite characters or moments from the Star Wars franchise?
Definitely. I've always loved Princess Leia. She was one of the first strong female characters in science fiction, and I think she inspired a lot of girls to pursue their own dreams. And of course, I have to give a shout out to the Mandalorian series. It's been such a fun and exciting experience to be a part of.
Yes, The Mandalorian has been a huge hit. Speaking of which, what was it like to work on the show?
Oh, it was amazing. The whole team was so talented and dedicated to making something really special. And of course, getting to play Ahsoka again was a dream come true. I feel so grateful to have been a part of it.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Rosario, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights and experiences with us. And to all our viewers, tune in next time for another exciting episode of the Star Wars Insights Show with me, CD, your favorite redheaded Star Wars guru. CD out.